Okay, so my apologies for recording in the dark. I originally had a video. I think it was on my laptop, but I have to sift through a bunch of videos that I uploaded onto my computer there. So this has to do with two individuals that were downstairs from me that have moved. They have left this house. However, they left a bunch of things behind. The male who was here, he has already, to my face, bragged about his vehicle. So he had a truck. He had a blue truck. Very nice one when he first lived here. And then he got rid of that truck. I'm guessing sold it or whatever. None of my business. I don't care. Then he got a black car. And for a longest time, he was trying to convince me, like, get me to agree with him. Like, oh, my car's so fast. It's so awesome, isn't it? All this stuff. I guess what typical male would generally do when they're showing off a new vehicle. And I just didn't really seem interested. I didn't care because I don't. So this was last winter. He had specified to me that at the garage it had caught fire, seemingly out of nowhere, and that he collected the insurance money on it. That it just kind of exploded, caught fire, and whatever. And then I asked him, I said, how does a parked vehicle in a garage just randomly catch fire like that? Are you able to tell me how that happens? Like, that doesn't... Anyway, so he went on a vacation trip to, no, I don't know, either Mexico or something like that. I don't know where the F he went. I don't really care. Again, none of my business. But I did note that that was strange. And then I was picking up a lot of energies and stuff like that when it come to him replacing himself with the person downstairs. And he got the okay from the landlord, supposedly. And the landlord had informed me that he had vetted this person, even though this person was also part of the whole hacking and death threats and stuff like that as well. I even called the authorities at one point, just so I had future evidence in case anything developed further. Not that I was afraid, but when it comes to my laptop being hacked and then asking me, asking if I'm afraid that they're going to kill me, that I look cold and all that. And then I looked and seen that my webcam was activated. I had to disconnect that. But no, none of that fazed me. It didn't bother me, but I did the best I could to get whatever evidence I could so that I have something backing me. This was something that was taught from my old employer because I had so many people give me a hard time that when it comes to a group that decides to hate on me, if I don't have any evidence or anything to back my story up or back me up, then it's going to be problematic. So I learned that really quick. Made sure to call the authorities. They spoke to this person that took the other man's spot as he was on vacation. Had informed me that his daughter had his firearm taken away, that she was worried or concerned, and that they had, before he had moved in for that period of time, for a couple months there, while the other tenant was away, that his daughter, he was a little bit pissed off that his daughter had kind of ratted on him, and I'm really grateful that she did. So he had his firearm revoked or taken away. So anyway, suffice to say, when the original tenant came back, there was a lot of tension and stuff like that. I kept getting these like little, what do you call that? Like messages that concerning like a house. I don't want to say it too much together, like a fire or something like that. And then I was really concerned because I do spend the majority of my time at my home, but I do go out occasionally. I do realize it's all different when I decided to leave my company of 10 years, and then when I was at the other place there, leave that place and start my own business. Never did I think I'd be working out of my home, but it all kind of worked out because I hate to make accusations, but if a person's willing to light a vehicle on fire just to claim whatever insurance they can off it because they're not happy with the vehicle for some reason. And by the way, the replacement vehicle he got was almost identical to mine, just a different company, make, or whatever you want to call it. So like the vehicle he got was almost very, very similar to the vehicle I had, which I found a little bit strange. And again, I didn't care. But then I thought about it. If they were to, while he was still here, if he was to try anything, this house borders other neighbors. It's a rectangle. So the people that are lined up around it, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 other neighboring families. This is a family-oriented area that would have been impacted had they decided to pull something like that, like larceny or anything like that. If they decided to do such a thing, because they've been trying to get rid of me for a while, and so that they could collect whatever or raise around, who cares? If they tried to do so, okay, if they're all in this together and it's just some scheme, then that would have impacted 6 other families that surround this home, okay? And they have children. So sorry if I'm being a little dramatic when I say this, but I really do believe that everything happens for a reason. My ass was sat down. I had a divine intervention. Everything played out the way it did. I'm still currently here at this house, even though I'm being attacked, even though I'm being threatened. I still stay put. I still stay calm, collected, and I'm not out of place in anything. I am doing the best that I can to provide for myself, even though I have people that are sabotaging certain things that I'm doing or starting a smear campaign just to have other people avoid me. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to continue telling the truth. I'm going to continue divulging secrets, so they call it. I'm going to continue to unveil certain things, even though it's pretty much out in the open for the most part. I'm going to continue to share any of the knowledge that I've gained or any of my own lessons that I've learned from. I'm going to continue to speak the fucking truth, and I don't care. If any of my neighbors are watching this right now, be grateful that I didn't fucking abandon post and I didn't let them have their way with this home, because who knows what they would have done. Who knows what extreme lengths they would have gone to when it comes to money. Because some people are greedy as fuck and they don't realize they can't take that shit with them when they die. This is supposed to be a school for us all to learn lessons. If they're not learning a damn thing, do you think they give a fuck about your children or your family? No. They don't care. I personally do give a shit. For some reason, I'm being called to stand my ground, no matter what they're throwing at me, and I'm getting hit hard. So if you're making it more difficult on me as well, listening to the smear campaign, listening to what other people are saying about me, bashing me, and not using your own brain to see the truth, that's on you. And I'm not even butthurt about it. I don't care. But sometimes, at some point in your life, you got to be able to think for yourself. And I can't force you to think a certain way, and I can't, I'm not against any religion. I think all religions have a piece of the puzzle. I am not against you. I'm not against anybody that is around me. I'm not. I am doing the best I can to provide for myself without putting people at risk. And it is frustrating that people would come up against me when they don't even know me. I have complete strangers trying to sabotage some shit for me that I don't even know, only because they're linked to certain groups or anything like that. They're just taking orders. They're not thinking for themselves. They think